Afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is the Big Girl Diary. Oh. Okay. This is what I would say. Never trust cheesecake. Never, ever, to ever trust cheesecake again. Just when you think that you can invite a friend over to partake of some cheesecake, that nothing would ever happen. No, not a one person would think that. Mm-mm. Cheesecake happens to be one of those types of, how can I say, desserts that many people love. I can't stand it, but I'm one of those unique people that would never fall victim to this. You give me chocolate cake, that's something different, something completely different. And also, I'm going to talk a little bit about Anzac Day, and that is the equivalent to Memorial Day in Australia. And also, Australia had a typhoon come in. There were some earthquakes off the coast, well, in the middle, somewhere in the ocean that caused some tsunamis. And I'm just giving my prayers to everyone. And I have some subscribers over in Australia, and I hope you're safe. And I'm sending love. Oh, horrifying, horrifying. And I hope everything went well. Okay. Oh man, but before I go, I got some friends who are some complete dirtbags. All right. I'm not gonna mention your name, but you know who you are. Um oh man, where is it? Where is it? Is this it? Yes. Okay, this is a picture of moi. And I tried a different hair color a couple of years back, and I put it up on Facebook, and one of my friends said, "Hey, you look constipated." You're no good. I just want you to know that. Just wanted you to know that. All right, let's get into the thick of it. Well, before I do, they're cousins. They are cousins. They are cousins. I know they're cousins. They're cousins. But outside of that, all right, let's get to the thick of it. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. This worked last time. Let me make sure it works this time. I think I may buy this program. I got to make sure it works the way it's supposed to. Uh, oh, come on. Okay. All right, good. All right, this is supposed to, I can see people when they uh, type something in. Let me make sure. Hey, make sure it's on the right one. Come on. Okay, I got to give it time to boot up. Okay, now let's get to it. All right, but let me take this calling off for now. Okay, this right here, the cheesecake that I was talking about. These two ladies right here. One's from the ukulele country, and the other one's from the Russian waters country. I can't say it because YouTube, they put so many uh so many oh my goodness, so many things that you can't say, even though that it's an actual country. Nothing wrong with saying it, but however, if you do say it, you can get little dings on your account, which is outrageous. But I'm done with that. Okay, these two ladies right here. Now, this is where the cheesecake comes in. Two friends, one from Rushing Waters and the other one from the ukulele country. And one brings over cheesecake. Come over to a friend's house, bring some cheesecake. Everyone loves cheesecake. Again, except for moi. I don't like it. But you give me chocolate cake. Oh, I'm right there. All right. Okay, let's get into the article. This right here is beyond comprehension. And I got this from Zambia. Now, for my other channel, Politics with Laura, I get a lot of outside news. So I had to share this. Okay. A woman sentenced for cheesecake murder plot. You can't make this up. You can't make this sugar honey iced tea up. I'm going to get into the main parts of it, and you're going to be just as shocked as I was. Because I was going to pass by. I'm like, cheesecake, this sounds stupid. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let's see. Outside news. So, not on yet. I just. Okay, what happened to it? Okay, here it is. All right. Okay, Victoria Nasarova gave her beautician Olga a slice of poison pizza on the 28th of August in stealing her passport and work permit. All right. I don't know which one is Olga. I don't know which one is Victoria because they do both look a whole lot alike. It's kind of like scary. Now, as Victoria learned her fate, the 47-year-old directed an expletive to the judge as the court in the borough of Queens. The prosecutor called her ruthless and calculating con artist. Victoria is going to prison for a long time trying to red rum her way to personal profit and gain, added Queen District Attorney Melinda Katz in a statement on Wednesday. The jury heard a lot that day. The attempted red rum of Victoria went to Olga's house in Queens with a box of cheesecake, eating 2 slices herself and offering the third poisoned slice to Olga, a 35-year-old victim. The eyelash technician started to vomit and went to lie down. She suffered hallucinations and came close to having a heart attack. Olga's friend found her unconscious the next day with clothes changed to lace, lingerie, and pills scattered around the floor if she had taken them to take her life. When she finally returned home, Olga, ukulele passport, and U.S. work permit were missing, as well as jewelry and $4,000 U.S. dollars in cash. The next time Olga and Victoria, they look quite similar, dark hair, same complexion, and both spoke Russian water. The Famazam, a powerful sedative, was detected in a remnant of the cheesecake, and the pills strewed on the floor were confirmed to be the same drug. Victoria, who lives in Brooklyn, was convicted on February for attempted red rum, assault, and unlawful imprisonment. Queen's Supreme Court Justice Kenneth Holder, adding to the New York Times Post, described Victoria on Wednesday as an extremely dangerous woman who had concocted a diabolical scheme to prey on a friend. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Not a one. Oh my goodness. Just one of the worst things you could do to someone is to deceive them, to lie to them. That deception is the worst thing that you could do to anyone. Period. Okay. Olga was allowed to speak in a courtroom before the sentence was read. It was easy for her to steal. It was easy for her to eliminate, she said, according to the Post. This was not the first time Victoria has landed in trouble with the law. In 2015, Interpol issued a red notice for the arrest of the red rum of a woman in Russian waters a year earlier. She was accused of eliminating a neighbor and stealing her life savings. So the wild part is that Interpol, even though that they did their due diligence for her, for Victoria to be able to migrate from Russian waters to come to the United States and to be able to continue with her criminal activity, and nothing was done about it, is a huge, and I mean a huge problem. There is a lot wrong with that. And just the fact that she is allowed to, I don't even know how to, just allowed to go through life like that and go unchecked is a huge, huge, huge problem. Okay, why is this? Ah, goodness gracious, please. Oh, this program. I like it. It's great when it's really good when oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know what to say this program. It's great when I'm not live streaming, when I'm just simply okay, I don't mean to go off on a ah, can't do nothing but shake my head on this one. Okay. Great. Now it's showing up. Great. Okay. Wait, let me. I can't see if anyone's making comments, so I'm going to come back to that. Sorry about that. But the deception behind that is just astounding. Now, the U.S. didn't do its due diligence by looking into Victoria's background and to do a check, a decent check, because Olga would have never been a victim to Victoria if the United States would have done a better job to protect everyone. Now, it gets better. Oh my goodness. This woman is something. Okay. Victoria, who has made a report Okay, with Victoria, who U.S. media reports as a former dominatrix, is also has also been accused of drugging and robbing men who she met on dating sites. Like I said, it gets worse. Her crimes both alleged and convicted. She was subject to a documentary on CBS program 48 Hours. Wait a minute, I jumped ahead. Oh, okay. She was convicted and sentenced to 21 years. Okay, she was sentenced to 21 years in prison. 21 years. A long time. And plus, she was given 5 years probation. Now, Victoria is 46 years old. 21 years in prison, she would be 47. I mean, 67. And then 5 years probation, she'll be 72. Okay, you can't make this up. If you want to call in, you can. Please call in at 202-292-7538 if you want to call in and talk about this, because I find this rather interesting. And yes, I'm going low tech. Um, I find things like this quite interesting because culture is very interesting. People have this, my cafe au lait with hazelnut. People have this thought that culture is something very elaborate. No, culture is what you do. That's it. What you do. And people that come from a particular place have the same culture, but then the customs can be a culture. Customs can be a little different, little variations here or there. And then it gets deeper and deeper than that. But it's basically what you do. Now, Victoria, for her to be so easy, just as you said, it was easy for her to steal from her, easy for her to try to eliminate a woman in rushing waters. That was her. I'm not trying to say, oh my goodness, how can I say this? Because I'm not saying that, okay, it may come out, it may appear that I'm saying that people from Russia are criminals, Russian waters are criminals. No, just Victoria. And and it was easy for her to rob men, to be a dominatrix. So you gotta have something up here has to be extremely masculine for you to be, or for one to be a dominatrix, to dominate men, to do whatever wild stuff they like. Cause look, you men, and I'm gonna leave it like that, have some weird fetishes. And the newest fetish that I heard of were men wanting to be crushed by big women. Oh, look, you men are strange. I'm very strange. Just the thought, just the mere thought that. Ah, come on, don't do this. Oh man. Okay. Oh man, this wants to act silly. Okay, just the thought that men have these weird fetishes and have women crush them. That is weird. It is weird to have big women crush you. Just like this woman, Victoria being a dominatrix dominating men. You can't make this stuff up. You truly cannot. You cannot make it up. You can't. And I find it wild, beyond wild. But outside of that right there, um, I found this article interesting because I really did not know much about this. And here, I found this in Australia. And Anzac Day is 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 like a Memorial Day in the United States, Anzac Day. And with it, there was some controversy surrounding it because now that the indigenous people in Australia feel that they were not recognized for their participation in the World War, and they lost their lives too. So I'm glad that they're working this out to include all people because all people bleed red. And that's just very true. If you bleed green, then we're going to have to check some things out. I mean, if you're bleeding green, everybody else is bleeding red. Okay. Alrighty. Here we go. Now, again, I didn't know much about this, but this is beautiful. Sydney, Australia. Okay, number one, Australia. Oh my goodness, the country is beautiful. And maybe one day I would love to be able to go there. Australia. Okay, the main service was held. Okay, wait a minute. Why is this not? Okay, there. Okay, the main service was held in in Sydney. The march will begin the intersection of Martin Place and Elizabeth Street. Okay, so and also in Melbourne, Melbourne has the largest dawn service that will be held on a shrine remembrance from 5:30, and over 30,000 people are going to attend, which is, oh wow, that is nice. And here in Brisbane, if I hope I'm pronouncing it right, please forgive me if I'm not. Brisbane will it will be the traditional dawn service at the Shrine of Remembrance of Anzac Square. In Perth, same thing. All these places. Oh wow, that is so beautiful. In Hobart. Wow, this is wild. I used to live on a place called Hobart Place. So this is really wild. That is beautiful. In Canberra, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And for them, they're going to start a little earlier at 4:30. In Adelaide, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. In Darwin. So I found that quite interesting. I never heard of that, and it was their participation in the World War. And one thing about the United States is everything surrounds the United States. Everything. I'm sorry, not everything. Everything. In the north, in the north, um, we have a habit of, you know, elongating sounds, depending on where you're from. But the North, we say everything. We say everything, everything. Okay, let me see if this is going to work now. Oh, I hope it does. I hope it does. Crap. One thing about the United States is everything surrounds the United States. Everything. Okay, please. Well, you should be showing. I'm sorry, not everything. Everything. In the north, in the north, um, we have a habit of, you know, okay, I don't know what's going on. I truly don't. But okay, let me. Okay, if you want to call in, you can. The number's here. Okay, I could go back and forth between the two programs. I see I'm going to have to do that now. All right, so I mean, I thought that article was quite interesting. Very interesting. So, if you want to call in and give me your 2 cents about the cheesecake, and would you trust anyone now who's going to give you a cheesecake? Come over to your house and, hey, hey, cheesecake. Huh? No. I'm going to say no. I don't like cheesecake. And one might be poisoned. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. There is so much more to that story with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm going to revisit that. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Michael Pross, you are a dirtbag. Oh, you are a complete and utter dirtbag. Anytime what they give you, you deserve. There is no such thing as called free money, and you allowed yourself willingly and knowingly to be used by Mr. Lowe. And I'm pretty sure I can't say, but it's a good thought, strong thought that you knew that he was a Chinese spy, getting all of that money. Your greed got the best of you. But I'm gonna do some more videos on that. Oh my goodness. But on that note right there, on that right there, I'm going to cut this short. I just wanted to make sure to get this information out. Cheesecake. Don't ever trust cheesecake. But on that note, I want to thank you